Hello and welcome back to our Simplify to Scale challenge. This is a 7-day mini training, and today is day 3. So, if you are in the Facebook community, you're following the post, you're getting the things. If you need a little bit more reminders and you'd like those free resources, then I'm going to tell you like you need to drop an I in below and I'll get you that link to make sure that you're accessing that core page that's going to have those replays, that's going to have the homework post, that's going to have your link for your free call that you're going to want to jump on. And definitely want to take advantage of that because within 20 minutes we will get a ton of clarity around what your core offer is. Because if you haven't been following along so far, on day 1 we mapped our money, but on day 2 we got really clear on what our core offer is. And that is super important. It's like Monopoly, do not collect $200 until you pass go. Like, this is that thing. That core offer is the thing that you really have to choose because sometimes, not all the time, but most of the time, your core offer is what is really tied to that brand and that company. It's like Tide, for example, right? Tide is known for its detergent. Do they make some dryer sheets and a couple other things? Yes, but their detergent is their core thing, and they have a couple varieties of detergent, but detergent is their core offer, right? If Tide started making blankets and selling blankets, it would be a little bit out of alignment. They might at that point need to start a different company and not call it Tide, right? Like, and I say that because I see people do this with coaching programs and with their businesses quite often, right? So making sure that you have your clear offer for this business. Make sure, and I'm just going to drop this real quick because this is something that we go into a little bit deeper within programs and working with me, that a lot of times we start associating ourselves with our business, that our business has to encompass everything we know and everything that we can do. And we start trying to put it all out there and we're trying to essentially prove our own worth. And that's not what your business is for. Your business is not for that. Okay, your business is to solve a problem. And your business is going to be defined by what problem it's solving and what solutions it's providing. You have to detach yourself from your business at that level. That your business's job is to solve problems and make money, right? Even if it's a nonprofit, it still needs to make money. So if these are the things that are getting caught up, there's definitely some money, self-worth, some scarcity issues that are going on. That is a block that's showing up for you. We need to do some work around it. Okay, that's not the purpose of today, but I really do need to mention that because if you have not figured out your core offer, then everything I start saying today and moving forward might start to feel overwhelming and start to feel like I'm putting more work on your plate. Versus if you know what your core offer is, then you're going to start to picture how you're going to simplify your business, and your business is going to be simplified. And you're going to simplify it to scale. We are covering a multi-phase approach over these 7 days. Your core offer is phase 1. Do not go to phase 2 until phase 1 is done. Okay? We can agree, just type agree. Just let me know that you get what I'm saying, because what I really, really don't want to happen is that you leave these 7 days and you're feeling overwhelmed and you feel like you've got so much to do and you're trying to accomplish phase 1, 2, and 3 all at the same time. That won't work. You will burn out. You will end up feeling like you need to go get a job. You might have to go get a job, right? But it won't work. Okay? So I'm just saying that. That's the disclaimer. All right. So the before and after that we're really working on today is you have your core offer, and people have gone through your core offer that's either a coaching program, and maybe you do want that on a monthly basis. Maybe you would like to say, and pricing is a big topic that people ask me a lot about. What should I charge monthly for my coaching program? Ideally, we want to look at the transformation and say, is it going to take them 6 months, 12 months? Maybe it's less. Maybe it's 30 days. Maybe it's 90 days to get the transformation. And you want to price based on that. Reoccurring revenue is really great for the support services. It's really great for, okay, someone just went through my 6-month program and now they need support, and I have a support program that they can go into. Now, this can also work on the other end where maybe you have, and you've probably seen these, like it's like $7 a month, $12 a month. It's an entry point to get people in so that they can start doing that baseline work before they're ready to dive into the program. Now, ideally, and I say this from experience, this should not take up that much of your time. This really should be a one-to-many approach where it's an unlimited amount of people that can come into that one. And ideally on the other end too. However, as the price goes up, the container gets smaller and they might get a little bit more support. If they're coming out of your program and you're maintaining support, it's also going to be a lot easier. If you've got a lot of needy people who are really struggling with some basics, you're going to have really, really strong boundaries for that earlier one, the one in the beginning of the funnel, because you're going to have to define clear boundaries of this is what we do in this program. If you would like more support and one-on-one work, you've got to enroll in the one-on-one program or my higher ticket offers. Most business owners don't have that level of boundaries early on. Okay? So it's going to be easier for you to create a reoccurring revenue model based on supporting the people who are going through your core package. Okay? Just putting that into perspective. So you've got your core offer. That's where you're getting people in. Ideally, that first entry point is a done-for-you course that you could have. It could be just a freebie lead magnet. It doesn't have to be a paid item. It could be a $7 meditation. It could be anything as part of your lead magnet first point, entry point. Then there is your core offer. Again, this is ideally, this is not the only way to do it. And that would just take more consulting. And then there would be a reoccurring model for them to go into for support. Again, you might have something where that could tap into both of them. And that would be like a vault of all these videos and resources that both parties could utilize. And maybe even the people in your program could utilize. Okay? And that would be, there's so much content constantly in the vault or coming into the vault that there's no way that they could possibly watch that all in 30 days, that they would need a membership to keep accessing it. And that takes time to build out. So I would recommend building that for the later group rather than an earlier group. But that again is going to depend on your business and where you're at. Do not, please, 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 do not set your sights out to go build a vault and then come back and list it for $7 a month and like that's your whole profit plan. Don't do that. Core offer. Okay, core offer. Again, we're looking for simplicity. We're looking for ease. We're looking to take things we're already doing and repurpose it. Okay, and to fill the needs of what our clients are needing because we're solving problems and creating solutions for those problems. We are not trying to solve all of our clients' problems. Having a referral network is a beautiful thing. Okay? So painting that before and after. So before, maybe you closed a client, you celebrate, but you wait till the next month and you're scrambling for another one. So this is where we start to automate. Okay, right? So that's what I was saying. If you've got clients coming in, they're going through your core product. Now you have something to drop them into. That's part of a cycle automated system. Okay, systems do not mean go high level. Systems mean a process. And then you can go find a software that supports your system. Okay, you feel like you're constantly chasing new sales because there's no process to continue to fuel your leads. You can't plan ahead because your income's unpredictable, right? Because there's no process, there's no system. So what we want to make sure that we're doing is you wake up on the first of the month and you already know where the bulk of your income is coming from. You already know what numbers you need to be hitting. Clients can stay with you longer because you have spots to drop them into, and they're not constantly making new products, that you have a process and a system. You will feel calmer, you will feel more confident, and you'll then be able to plan bigger moves because your income's predictable, right? Like you're playing small because you're still chasing, you're in scarcity, you're in survival. Reoccurring revenue is freedom. Now, one thing I do need to touch on and I do need to say, a lot of times people will talk about launches, and there's lots of different types of launches that you can be doing. There's automated launches, there are webinar launches, there are challenge launches, there's so many. There's the live launch method. There's so many different methods you could use. You're going to test it out and you're going to feel what works good for you, but you are not going to test it out one time and then give up. You're going to have to keep redoing it, okay, and refining it. And you might do nearly the same thing and change up the title of it each time. But we don't want to keep creating new work for ourselves. We want to make it simple. We want to simplify. And we're going to find that magic sauce that's working for our business, and we're going to keep refining it until we get it. And then we're going to reuse that. Why would we keep recreating the wheel every single time? Do we like exhausting and burning ourselves out? Most likely not, right? So stop doing it. All you're doing is delaying your success, and that might be self-sabotage. Okay? Part of business is redoing. Think about it. If you had a job and they're not going to keep changing up the processes all the time, that would be horrible to work for a company that did that all the time, right? Where like every single month they're going, actually, now we're going to do it this way. Oh, now we're going to do it this way. Oh, you didn't do it the right way, so that didn't work, right? Like, no, you would need to keep practicing the skills and get really good at what you're doing in order to show up and get employee of the month, right? So we've got to provide those same opportunities for ourselves in our own job that we've created for ourselves. All right. So let's use Sarah, our life coach, as my like avatar for you all. Day 2, she chose her core offer, so she's going to do a six session coaching package. I'm just using this as easy things to think about. She was selling one-off sessions. Okay, we got her to a 6 session, and so every time she would then tried this package out, every time she would end the 6th session is when she was going to find the next client. Okay, so we got to selling the packages and we had a consistent core offer, but then she fell into this like, I'm just chasing. So she added a recurring revenue where instead of chasing clients, she had a monthly coaching program that was priced at $297 a month, and she had people coming into the group monthly coaching program. And so her 6 clients were getting funneled directly into that. And then it just kept filling as she would sell packages and they would end. They would keep coming into this membership program. So that her membership program started to create more stability for her. So stability meaning the client stayed longer, giving her a steady baseline. She didn't have to invent something new all the time. That in the coaching program, she could hit on the certain topics that were coming up. and she let the group call support more people, right? Again, she could only work with so many one-on-ones. Now she had a funnel to put them into. So reoccurring revenue does not mean that you're building some big membership site and creating tons of new content, as I mentioned, right? It's about restructuring what you already do and what's already working so that your income becomes more predictable. I've been throwing some Napoleon Hill quotes in each day. So, great achievement is usually born of great sacrifice. And here, the sacrifice is letting go of the chaos, letting go of the constantly feeling like I have to create something new all the time, letting go of feeling like you're not enough so that you're over giving, over pleasing, and no one's really noticing. It's just fulfilling this own internal prophecy. So you can make reoccurring revenue simple and you can do it, and you don't have to start from zero to do it. So start from your core package. All right. So what I want you to do, part of your homework today, is look at how you can add one reoccurring element into your business. Not 20, not 30, not something super complicated. And if you think of something, say, how can I make this simple? How can I simplify this? How could I make this even easier? And in the group, I want you to go to post 3 homework in the Business Growth Lab Facebook community. It'll say simplify to scale. You're going to go in there and comment underneath of that. Now, what I'm doing is for each person who comments under homework, it's going to add up points. And I'm going to enter people into a contest to win a free ticket to an upcoming workshop. And I'm still working out the details on this workshop, but it's going to be juicy. It is going to be a 3-hour workshop. It is going to be something that I'm putting on Eventbrite and all these places for $197. And it's going to be good. All right. So you're going to get a chance to enter to win one of those tickets. Now you're like, well, what if I can't attend it? It will be recorded. You can watch the replay. Or you can get a ticket to the next one, because this is something I'm going to repeat. It's not something a one-time and done. I'm refining a workshop that I've done before, and it's going to keep going. All right. All right. So I'd love to hear what you think of day 3. What's your aha moments? And I'm looking forward to see how you are going to simplify and scale your business. All right. Talk to you later.